President Xi made four suggestions to further upgrade bilateral relations, namely to strengthen strategic communication and deepen mutual trust, to expand exchanges and cooperation to achieve mutual benefit and win-win results, to accommodate each other's concerns, and finally to strengthen multilateral cooperation to safeguard common interests. And all of these were responded to positively by Prime Minister Modi. The boundary issue also figured in the discussions. Both leaders took note of the successful disengagement last year and the maintenance of peace and tranquility in the border regions since then. In voicing certain principles related to this issue, the Prime Minister underlined the need for peace and tranquility on the border areas for continued and smooth development of bilateral relations. And there was understanding on the need to maintain peace on the borders using the existing mechanisms and avoid disturbances to the overall relationship going forward. At this point, I want to highlight or draw your attention to the outcomes of the 24th round of talks between the special representatives of India and China on the boundary question, which was held in New Delhi less than 2 weeks ago. In their meeting today, both the leaders positively appraised these outcomes and decisions from that round of talks. They encouraged the efforts of the SRs and agreed to accelerate the implementation of the outcomes and the understandings that had been reached between the SRs. They also expressed a commitment to a fair, reasonable and mutually acceptable resolution of the boundary question, proceeding from the political perspective of their overall bilateral relations and in the long-term interests of the two peoples. Amongst other issues, the two leaders also exchanged views on ways to increase and balance bilateral trade, strengthen people-to-people ties, cooperate on trans-border rivers, and jointly fight terrorism. There was a desire to make additional progress on all of these issues on the basis of mutual respect, mutual interests, and mutual sensitivity. In particular, on economic and trade relations, there was recognition of the role that the Indian and the Chinese economies can play in stabilizing world trade. Both leaders underlined the need once again to proceed from a political and strategic direction to reduce their bilateral trade deficit, facilitate bilateral trade and investment ties in both directions, and increase policy transparency and predictability. There was also a discussion on regional and global issues and challenges, including with regard to multilateral platforms. Prime Minister expressed support for China's ongoing presidency of the SCO and the summit in Tianjin. He also invited President Xi to the BRICS summit that India will be hosting in 2026. President Xi thanked Prime Minister for the invitation and offered China's full support to India's BRICS presidency. In addition, following this meeting, Prime Minister had a separate meeting with His Excellency Mr. Tai Chi, who's a member of the Standing Committee of the Politburo of the Communist Party of China. As you are probably aware, Mr. Tsai also holds several important positions in the party. There was originally a proposal from the Chinese side for Mr. Tsai to host a banquet for the Prime Minister on behalf of President Xi Jinping. This was meant as a special gesture to show the importance attached by China to the visit of the Prime Minister, which was taking place after a hiatus of nearly 7 years. However, as there was a scheduling conflict, it was decided to have a brief meeting between Prime Minister and Mr. Tsai. During the meeting, the Prime Minister shared his overall vision for the India-China relationship with Mr. Tsai and sought his involvement and his role to realize the consensus of the two leaders. Mr. Tsai, for his part, reiterated the Chinese side's desire to expand bilateral exchanges in various fields to address our respective concerns in economic areas and to further improve relations in line with the consensus that had been reached between the Prime Minister and the President in their meeting earlier in the morning. Slightly earlier this evening, the Prime Minister also had a bilateral meeting with Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, Chairman of the State Security and Peace Commission of Myanmar. The two leaders recalled their earlier meeting on the sidelines of the BIMSTEC summit in Thailand earlier this year and reviewed their current state of bilateral ties. Prime Minister noted that India attaches great importance to its relations with Myanmar under its Neighbourhood First and Act East policies. He underlined the importance of the development partnership between the two countries and sought Senior General Min Aung Hlaing's support for the ongoing connectivity projects between India and Myanmar. There was also a discussion on the security and border issues. Prime Minister welcomed the announcement of elections in Myanmar and stated that dialogue was the only way forward to foster peace and stability in Myanmar. A short while ago in the evening, Prime Minister attended the official reception of the 25th SCO summit hosted by President Xi Jinping for the visiting leaders. Tomorrow, Prime Minister will be addressing the plenary session of the summit, where he will outline India's approach to fostering regional cooperation under the SCO umbrella. After this engagement, he is scheduled to have a bilateral meeting with President Vladimir Putin of Russia, following which he will depart for India. Let me stop here, and I think we have time for a few questions. Thank you. So, Manish, to your question on the deficit, yes, it is a fact that there is a large and ongoing trade deficit between India and China, and this has been a matter of discussion over several years. In the current context as well, in fact, this is a discussion that started even when Foreign Minister Wang Yi was in Delhi and meeting with External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar. The issue was raised there as well by us. I would go back to the point that I mentioned in my briefing, which was essentially what the Prime Minister shared with President Xi Jinping today, that it is important also to look at the issue of trade and trade deficit from the broad strategic direction and engagement between the two countries. Growing trade between the two countries and narrowing of the deficit will contribute to a change in perception in the relationship as well. But this is a discussion that is going on at many levels. It's between governments, between businesses, between entities that are involved in the trade, and we will have to see how it evolves going forward. On your question related to de-escalation, I would refer you to the detailed outcome document that was put out after the talks between the SRs. This is a discussion that will go forward in the designated mechanisms between the two sides dealing with these